What is going on, guys? So we have a cool video. We're going to be showing you a Gen 2 Coyote that's actually going in my friend Patrick's car. He helped take out the engine with the GT500 the day after, bent a rod, and his engine has actually had some issues. So Patrick is going to be putting this in his car, and we are over at Modular Head Shop. We got Patrick right here. We got Jordan right here.
What's up?
And then we got a built Gen 2 engine, and this is gonna be going in Patrick's car. Now I wanted to show this one because you got some nice beautiful ported heads, and this is a pretty basic rebuild for a Gen 2 engine, so
correct.
I'm gonna give the rundown.
I mean, besides the cylinder head porting, this is the first set of Gen 2 heads that I ported on the CNC. So it took me a long time to develop this program, but this is the first one. There has been a few others that we've shipped out already. Other than that, it's basic. Head studs, main studs, rods and pistons, upgraded pins. So this has my K1 Wiseco rod and piston combo, stock compression, Pat's running E85, and we did do the 200 wall upgraded wrist pins. So other than that, the ports are nice, stock cams, stock chains, stock springs. So
yeah.
Want to spin it over and show the exhaust ports again?
Yep. And the reason why we have the valve covers off right now is so that we can show you oil flow to the top end and how to properly prime your engine.
Yeah, so Jordan's going to show you guys on his channel how to actually build this rig, and we'll just show you guys how it works. So you can click up there, go over to his channel, check it out. I think did you hit 1,000 subscribers yet?
I did, man. They sent me this cool thing with all these bananas. It's so stupid looking, but it's pretty cool. So I'm having fun with it. I still am so busy with just regular work here right now. I haven't had a bunch of extra time, but this will be a nice quick one. It's something that I've wanted to get out there for a while, and I will touch on this in my video as well, but I'll show you in this one too. So when Patrick dropped his engine off to us, it was for a piston ring issue. Just a very, very, very minor, like a very small score in the cylinder. Something you couldn't even feel with your fingers, really. But it did have some blow by. So this engine was torque plate honed 5 thousandths over, and it cleaned up good there. Now, the underlying issue with this engine was oil pump, oil pressure. So it did have an upgraded oil pump gear, upgraded material, hopefully, but not upgraded dimensions. And when we took this thing apart, it was like just metallic sludge everywhere.
Yeah, and you have the gear that came out, so this is not a factory gear.
This is not a factory gear. I'm actually not into brand bashing, so we are just gonna turn the logo around. It's nothing that I sell on my website though. And this is the problem, that tip clearance right there. So I'm not sure if you can see that, but you can definitely see this. 25 thousandths. And this is loose. See if I can hold it better for the camera. Alright, we're squared up right there. Nobody can argue that.
Turn to the side a little bit. Yeah.
So this thing had to have oil flow problems for quite a while. Which brings me to the next thing, oil cooler. We are replacing the oil cooler. There is no reason to not replace the oil cooler. I would say you're foolish. If you have had a bearing problem or any situation where there are a bunch of contaminants as far as metallic paste or metallic contaminants in your oil system, this is like 60, 65 bucks brand new from Ford. Just get a new one. If you reuse your old one, I can guarantee you're not going to be able to get the sludge out, and it's just going to go back through the engine. And we all know what that can do.
Oh yeah. So we're gonna show pumping up the oil system, and yeah, I mean this is a really similar. I'm sure you'll have some sort of build recipe on a basic Coyote, rod and piston combo.
Sure.
So, but I mean, if we ever do blow up the S550, which you actually drove. This would probably be something similar since we aren't going too crazy with that car. It's a pretty basic street car.
1,000, 1100 horse, this is fine.
Yep, that's it.
Anything over that, I'd be sleeving it, but.
And Patrick's
Yes.
excited.
Oh yeah, Patrick's very excited. Driven BR30 braking oil, but I prefer for braking oil. After this, we'll switch over to FR50. We got at least 3/4 of a quart. I'm gonna put 2 quarts in here, and then I'm gonna let Patrick take this with him, hooked up just like this. So once they get the engine in the car, they can reprime it. This. Until it's pretty hard to now get a little bit of resistance. We're just going to slightly push the handle. You can hear it coming up now. All right, let's look right here. Look at the, see it coming up through there? You can hear it.
Yeah.
All right, that's the sound of oil pressure, folks. That is priming an engine. All right. Now, before anything's happened, all of our tensioners and everything, they've all got oil pressure in them. And that's exactly what we want. Yeah.
All right, there's the completed rig.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Got oil
So,
pressure
we're
coming
gonna-
through.
Yeah, just one thing, so you just don't make a mess everywhere. Pull all the air pressure out before you take a bath in some oil. Because I can already see it here leaking on the floor from the handle.
Yeah.
So,
I'd be wanting to take a bath in that, yeah.
ugh.
It's alright.
But yeah, folks, that's how it's done. That is how I prefer it to be done right there. So.
Not what I did.
Yeah, I prefer, you know, I try not to give my friends a hard time. Everybody knows I don't like how Andrew primed this engine, but
It did work.
well, it obviously worked. Good thing I had some thick assembly grease in there.
Yep.
But no, this is what I prefer. One thing to note, if you are shipping engines though, this is not acceptable for any type of airplane transportation or even ground transportation. Don't be that guy that leaves fluids in an engine. If you're going to ship an engine, it needs to be shipped dry. This is one of my biggest issues I have is building an engine for a customer and then sending it to them and saying, okay, I need you to do these few little things. And it rarely happens the way I want it to. You cannot ship engines with fluids in them other than just light assembly grease and oils. So this is something that you can do at home, and I don't mind helping out to show you how it's done right.
And this beast is gonna go in Patrick's Whipple 2.9 Gen 2 S550.
Yes, sir.
Should be a freaking blast.
Oh yeah.
And it will be.
All right, so we got things wrapped up.
We do. We're just about wrapped up for the evening. I want to go over a couple things real quick for everybody. First thing is the oil pump gears. So you saw the oil pump gears had an excessive amount of tip clearance. It's at the bottom this time. Okay? That's not cool. That is a huge QC problem. Should have never went out the door. But if it came to your door, then you need to be able to visually inspect, okay? It's honestly just paying attention. I don't even need to give you the tolerance. Just look at your factory gear. It should resemble those dimensions. The only thing that a billet oil pump gear is is a better material. That's it. You shouldn't be changing dimensions. If anything, you should be tightening up the tolerances. So keep, just look. If you can see light through the gap's too big, in my opinion. Last thing, I cannot stress this enough. If you're changing anything, putting a new engine together from a previous failure, clean, 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 clean. When you think it's clean, clean it again. It's not. The sludge that we got out of this engine, which wasn't even ran for very many miles, it resembled like carbide sludge. I don't know if anybody's familiar with that, but just very metallic, very thick, very fine, wants to stick to everything, and that is exactly why we put a new oil cooler on here. So do not skip steps like that, because at the end of the day, not changing a $60 part could cost you whatever you have invested in an engine. And at the very minimum, it's going to be in the thousands of dollars. That's it for me for today.
Yeah, so this beautiful thing going in Patrick's car. New oil pump gears, obviously.
Yeah, new
that
oil
are
gears
good.
from Boundary. Yeah.
And it'll be good to go. So check your gears, and hopefully this won't happen to you. Now for the fun part, figure out how to get that in there.
I'm on my own, aren't I?
Oh, GT500's here, by the way.
El Chapo.
Yep. Fuel system shipped today.
That'd be nice.
Oh yeah. And there she goes. Alright, she's loaded. Good to go.
Got me a new hat.
Heck yeah.